if you could be reincarnated
Ooh,
as an animal,
okay.
which animal would you choose?
Ooh, I want to be like a whale or something. I want to live in the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say a sea animal, but I don't know which
Yeah.
one.
Or like maybe
I
like
think
a sea lion,
turtle.
like a sea lion would be fun.
So why? Why would you want to be a sea animal like a whale?
Oh my god, I don't know. Maybe like a sea lion so I could be at the beach. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So an animal that has like the freedom to do whatever it wants
Yeah,
and enjoy
yeah.
its life, right?
Yeah.
I like the sea, so definitely like something in water.
Okay. Which animal would you not want to be?
Oh,
A pigeon.
a pigeon. Yeah, that's a shout. Actually, you want to be a pigeon. Or I don't know. That's very different.
What about a fish? Like a salmon.
Oh, a salmon. They can jump really high, you know.
They can. That's true.
Yeah, that'd
That's
be quite
true.
cool. I don't know. I feel right as a salmon. I think.
What about a farmed animal?
Oh, I don't know. Depends which one.
Let's say a pig.
Are we like free range or?
Yeah, you're free range organic grass fed.
Oh yeah, then that sounds.
Yeah?
Free range organic grass fed. Yeah.
Would you be happy with that?
I think so.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're gonna get killed at 6 months of age.
I mean, if it's a nice 6 months,
Yeah.
then I suppose. Yeah. See, let's see where this is going now.
Oh shit.
I realised.
So I can see where this is going. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like, do you have an opinion on that? So like, so you give an animal a really good life,
Yeah.
hypothetically, 6 months down the line, you kill them. Is that an ethical issue?
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, I see that it is an ethical issue, but I do eat meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like I do eat meat. I'd quite my dad's veggie, and I respect that because he's like really for animal rights, and he's tried to go he's like trying to go vegan. And I do really respect that, and I do try and like cut down meat where I can, but I do get that animals shouldn't just be there for us to like eat. They're not
I try not
ours,
to have
but-
meat like every day, but I still. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I could. I wouldn't go veggie. I don't think.
Yeah.
But-
What would be your reason for eating animals? Like, what's the main reason we would do it?
I think it's just how I've been brought up. I'm just used to it
Yeah,
now. Like
right.
I just think it'd be such like I don't know, like a big change for me, like a bit of a shock to the system kind of thing. I don't know if I don't know. Especially
guess
when
it
you're brought
is.
up with it.
Yeah,
like,
just a normality that's what we do.
Yeah.
But I can understand that now that people are starting to eat a lot less meat. I definitely do. Like
I do
at home,
a lot less. Yeah.
because I'm like if I'm at home like with my dad, it's just that you can make a lot of simple swaps that you don't really notice.
I think when I was at uni, I ate a lot less meat as well. But now I'm like, because I've moved back home now, I finished uni. I think I probably eat more because like my mum does, like she cooks dinner, so
Sure.
it's whatever she's making sort of thing.
Yeah. So would you guys say you're against animal cruelty?
Oh yeah, of course.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How would you both define that, animal cruelty?
I suppose it's just. I don't know, that's a very difficult question.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know because like I feel bad saying it because when I do eat meat, but I love animals and would never want to hurt an animal. And I always say that like, oh, animal cruelty is really wrong, and people say like, oh, but you eat meat. And I guess I know that obviously doesn't make it right, but I'd never want to deliberately, I guess, like inflict pain on an animal.
Yeah,
but I
it's
guess
like
that's what I am
pain
doing
and
by
suffering
eating
sort of
meat.
thing,
But
yeah.
And I totally get what you mean. Like, if you saw an animal getting hurt in front of you,
Yeah.
would that really bother you?
I
Yeah,
think
of
of like,
course.
like domestic household animals when they're treated badly. I think a lot
Yeah.
more. When I think of animal cruelty, it's bad, but I do think more of like animals like that rather than the food that
I
we
think
eat.
that's probably natural, right? Like, so if someone had a dog and they were hurting that dog,
Yeah.
Yeah.
would you see a huge moral issue with that?
Yeah, of course.
Say if they were killing that dog for food, would that be wrong?
I think it depends on, I suppose it's a culture thing as well, isn't it? Because like over here we eat like cows, what we say in India, it's a sacred animal, whereas they might eat dogs over there. I think it is a bit of a cultural thing as
Yeah.
well. Like obviously for us it's horrific, like I have a dog, so for me that's awful.
Yeah.
But I suppose it is as well. Like I suppose then it's again like how you were brought up, isn't it?
Of course, yeah. How about you? Would it really bother you if someone killed a dog for food?
Yeah, but I guess again that's just how we're brought up. Because like, what makes it okay that you can eat a pig but not a dog?
Like,
Or like,
what's the difference? You know what I mean?
Do you think there is a difference morally?
I suppose there isn't a difference really.
Right.
But you know, it's like a culture thing, isn't it? It's what we've decided is okay and what isn't
Yeah.
okay. Where the line is for.
Do you think that culture can dictate morality at all?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
So let's say in parts of the world where they treat women really poorly
yeah.
as part of their culture, like Saudi Arabia, would you say it's acceptable because it's part of their culture, or is it wrong regardless of the culture?
I mean, I do think it's wrong. Obviously, I think that anything like that is wrong. But I suppose it is really difficult for us to sit here and say that when it's so ingrained in their culture and it's what, I think for us to say, obviously we think it's terrible, and then over there, it's what they're used to, and they perhaps don't see the need to change.
I suppose we should look at any injustice from the victim's perspective, right?
Yeah, perhaps.
So if there's a dog and I'm hurting that dog, regardless of whether I'm in Asia or whether I'm in the UK, for the dog it's going to be wrong, surely.
Yeah, of course.
In the same sense, if there's a woman and someone's attacking her, if it's here or if it's in Saudi Arabia, surely for the victim who's being physically harmed or mentally harmed, surely that's always wrong from the victim's perspective. Would you agree?
Yeah, of course, from the victim's perspective, then it's always going to be wrong. Yeah, definitely.
So let's say for a pig then, in the UK, it's part of our culture to eat them, but from their perspective, is it wrong?
Well, I suppose it is, like, when you say, like, because obviously they are killed younger than they would, much shorter than their life expectancy.
Yeah.
But then it's like you said about animal cruelty as well and how it's done. And
How would you do it?
oh Christ, that's a difficult question. I have no idea.
No, I know it's like hypocritical because like I obviously do eat meat, but I do know that it's wrong, like morally, like regardless of whether it is like a cultural thing, like we've been brought up like that. There's no doubt about it in my mind. Like it is wrong. And
would you say it's against your own morals and values to eat animals?
When I sit down and think about it, yes, but like I think it's very easy for me to go into a restaurant and order like a meat dish without actually thinking about because we don't see the side of like what happens. So I do get that it's wrong, but I don't think about it as much as I
So we're kind of disconnected, right?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So what would stop you from going towards veganism then? What would stop you? What would be the barrier there?
I think it's possibly like the difficulty of doing it, and like I suppose once you like sit down and actually think about it and all the changes you can make. But for me, like I said, like being at home with my family, it'd be a big thing because like they wouldn't all do it. I know they wouldn't, so it'd be me doing everything separate to them. And I think like if when I move out, when I start working, that I probably would have veggie days and things like
so
to make
for
swaps
you,
and stuff like
for you
that.
it'd be a bit less convenient than not being vegan would be.
Yeah.
How about you? What would be the barrier there for you?
I think, I guess, just being more like strong-willed with things, and I don't know, like it's hard to say because I guess there are so many options out there now. Like even in a lot of countries that you go to, like even things like, well, I know it's something different, but like there's always gluten-free options. There's a lot of options that are like dairy-free, meat-free that you can go for as well. I guess it's just being more mindful and like actually thinking about it because I don't know.
Maybe, I think you're right. Like maybe we just never do think about it, right? Because for most of my life, I was paying for it, but I was very much against animal cruelty, like very much so, and very much against animals being killed. But you just never think about it, right? Yeah. So
it's like they say, if you had to like kill the animal yourself to eat it, would you be able to do it? And I wouldn't.
Yeah.
No.
Why?
I just couldn't because they are a living being with feelings and they feel pain like we do, and what gives us a right to do that, I guess. And people say like, oh, we need to do that to survive, which is just, I know that's like completely untrue. Like we don't need meat to survive. It's just a convenience thing really, like with family and like my social circles, all my friends eat meat. And
so what do you value higher yourself? So being against animal cruelty or getting more convenience in life? Like what's more important to you?
Well, I guess I could sit there and say that it is the animal cruelty one, but then at the end of the day,
If that was true, then we'd already be veggie or vegan, wouldn't it?
I guess there's a chance, because I mean, I always valued being against animal cruelty more than convenience, but maybe I just hadn't thought about it before properly, you know? So that, again, I think there's a chance that you could say, actually, I do value being against animal cruelty more. I don't want to hurt animals more than I like eating with like the same meal as my family or whatever. But maybe your behaviour isn't quite in line with your own morals there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'd admit that it isn't.
Yeah. Okay. So my last question for you guys would be, if you could live a life where you hurt humans, hurt animals, or hurt neither, which would be more in line with your own morals?
Neither, of course.
Right? Do you think you can?
I think you try harder to, definitely.
Yeah.
I've tried to before. Never vegan, but I've tried to be vegetarian. And I guess the reason I've stopped is convenience. It's just to eat, like I found it easier to not be than to be. But I don't actually eat that much meat. I would actually really like to. I think it's, for me again, the way I've been brought up, like with my dad, he is very much like against eating meat and things like that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
He's making me really think.
Yeah.
A bit too hungover.
Sorry. Because I guess you guys probably understand like supply and demand, right?
Yeah.
So whenever we buy anything, we're voting we want more of it, and they produce more.
Yeah.
So as horrible as this is, all the mutilations, the ways we torture and kill animals, this is something that we have the power to change. So many terrible things happening in the world, but this is one thing that we actually have the power to do something about. And it's all about the consumer. The consumer's like driving this, you know?
Yeah, no, I do
Anyway,
agree.
yeah, if I give you guys like a card, like a YouTube video, would you consider watching it about veganism?
sure.
Cool, thank you very much, guys.